look at what we did in 2007. Look, this country, we don't have the fear of God. We don't have, the tournament. Oh my God! Foreigners are so they are so I don't want to say naive. They just give benefit of the doubt. Oh my God! These 17-year-olds are so fast and strong. So, wow! That shot was so mature. With a wife shot from center circle.
Nigeria used to be a giant of age-grade football, winning the Under-17 World Cup multiple times, as well as also competing in the Under-20 with some of the best teams in the world. But now, all of this is in the past. So welcome to Crossfire, brought to you by Life's Comment. I am Anishilo, Jimmy Anishilo, and I'm here with Tunde and Tosin to discuss this decline in Nigeria's age-grade football. So, Tosin, we're starting with you today. What do you think is the reason for the decline in Nigeria's under-17 and under-20 football?
Yeah, it is a accumulation of a lot of factors. And the grassroots and youth football system in Nigeria is decayed. That's just the simple truth. And it lies with the Nigeria Football Federation. They are responsible for this. There was a time in Nigeria football, obviously we know what the 2005 set did, getting to the final of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup with a new generation of players like Taye Taiwo, like John Obi Mikel. Obi Nansafa was supposed to be part of that team. Obviously, he couldn't make it. And the rest of them, Adefemi, obviously they went to the 2008 Olympics in Beijing. They made history, were able to get a silver medal there. And from there, we saw the Under-17 team in 2007. With Yemi Tella, we saw what they did. 2009, with the likes of, after the set, 2007 set with Chrysanthus Macaulay and the rest of them, the 2009 set with Sonny Emmanuel, even though they didn't win it when Nigeria hosted it, with Sonny Emmanuel, with Kenneth Omeruo, progressing to the national team. Then we go to the 2013 set with the likes of Kelechi Iheanacho, with the likes of Isaac Success, the likes of Nwakali. Then we go to the 2015 set, the Samuel Chukwuezes, the Victor Osimhen. But ever since then, there has been a problem in the progression. And it is because the Nigeria Football Federation do not understand that charity begins at home. Charity begins at home. And let me simply put it to you, is that for a certain period of time, they decided to focus on the recruitment of players that were born of Nigerian descent abroad, rather than concentrate their efforts on creating the infrastructure that will benefit several millions in Nigeria here. We have approximately about 50 million Nigerians overseas. Several countries in Canada, to Poland, whichever the case is, Nigerians are all over the world. But in Nigeria, we have estimated about over 250 million Nigerians here. So we are supposed to actually generate majority of the talent we have from our local leagues, our local grassroots football system. And that is still true today. But if you look at the progression in the Nigerian national team setup, and nobody is more Nigerian than any other person. Osimhen being born in Nigeria is not more Nigerian than Ademola Lookman being born abroad. But if you look at the ratio over the last couple of years, you will see that for a certain amount of international players, they've been increasing. The ones that were born abroad, they've been increasing at a rapid rate. At a rapid rate, while our under-17 and our under-20 teams, they are not progressing the way they used to progress. So that issue lies with the NFF. If you want to be successful, because everybody will go into the comment section and shout at Tosin, Tosin is the reason why we didn't win the Africa Cup of Nations. I'm not the reason you did not win the Africa Cup of Nations. I just told you that you won't win the Africa Cup of Nations. I'm the messenger that will just tell you. But like there's a procedure. The point I'm just trying to make is, because if you look at this current setup of the Nigerian national team, Osimhen is 2015 set, Chukwueze is 2015 set, who again is in this team that has progressed from the youth teams. You look at Basi, born abroad. You look at Ekong, born abroad. Semi Ajayi, born abroad. Maduka Okoye, born abroad. Ademola Lookman, born abroad. He will be left at 2 or 3. Not disrespect to anybody. They are all Nigerians. All of us, we are all Nigerians. But we need to invest in grassroots football development if we actually want to take the next step. And that's just my own personal opinion.
All right, Tunde, over to you. Do you agree with Tosin that development is the reason for this decline, or you have something else in mind?
Tosin's point would make more sense to me if we were already developing and we stopped. Since me I've been alive, there's no time that we have developed anything consciously and say, okay, we want to build our grassroots. So it's not like we were consciously developing grassroots football and we stopped. Every grassroots development has been, the works of, individuals organizing youth tournaments and stuff. Those local teams in your area that are coaching, all those street coaches. But the main reason for all of this, why did Nigeria stop being good at under 17 and under 20? I will tell you. You know it. He knows it. He just does not want to say it, but me, I will say it. It is not a coincidence that our performance declined with the advent of technology. And the technology I'm speaking of in particular is MRI machines to determine the ages of players. Now, because I don't have any proof, I can't categorically accuse any specific players of lying about their ages. I'm not going to call anybody's name and say this person lied about their ages. I don't know who is Chukwudi. But for years, as a Nigerian, we have to introspect and tell ourselves the truth. For years, we went to these tournaments with people that were at the age of the coaches of the other team. The people that were older than the coaches of the opponent. Not a single 17-year-old in sight. For years, we were doing this until but not FIFA now, the international organization. They know what is going on, but they cannot accuse you without proof. So they were trying to work on that technology. They connect. Was the time MRI was even when the first came out. It was working, but it was not accurate. So you just calculate the bone density. They will tell you, okay, this person's bone might be older than 70. So it's not a case of, okay, just to avoid confusion, drop this one person. Okay, and then drop only this one. The rest of you 45-year-olds. Okay, can we progress to this other 17 tournament? And you don't go win 5 other 17. What's the last one won? 2015. And general consensus on the streets is that 2015 was actually one of our youngest squads. In fact, the mention of Osimhen, Chukwueze, the Nwakali brothers, was Alan Pasu their goalkeeper? Or was Alan Pasu their goalkeeper? Yes?
Yeah.
Alan Pasu was their goalkeeper. Like, that, it checks out. It checks out. Look at the way Osimhen's career has progressed since 2015 up to now. Look at the way Chukwueze's career has progressed since 2015 up to now. Now, look at 2009 with the fear of God. When again, I'm not calling anybody's name, but there was a brother, Little Messi, was actually older than the regular Messi. Little Messi, Harry Messi, drag age. Look at what we did in 2007. Look, this country, we don't have the fear of God. The tournament. Foreigners are so I don't want to say naive. They just give benefit of that. Oh my God, these 17-year-olds are so fast and strong. So, wow, that shot was so mature. With a wife shot from center circle. The girl was at that tournament. He wanted. He wanted. We wanted to Yeah, I read this career. He was seeing shot that are older than him. You father here sitting there talking about, oh, it's grassroots. Grassroots kill you there, nothing. Grassroots come. These boys, now that everybody's playing with their age now, we are taking after 17 years, we are not seeing levels to talent. So I cannot blame grassroots because we have never really developed grassroots. It's just a case of we used to cheat a lot. And now we can't cheat at the level we used to cheat. Simple.
So Tosin, what do you think can be done to improve this situation?
Let me actually first reference some of his points. God bless the late 2007 set with Yemitela, Kingsley Osanga, incredible. Incredible player. Yakubu Afa.
Great teenagers.
Bowed at 17. Bowed at 17.
To be fair, I was also starting to bow as a teenager.
It happens. Akishola and
Ajiboy.
Oh my God. Ajiboy, Akishola, Yakubu Afa, incredible players. And we go to 2009 with the likes of Chukwudi. Omero was in that set, incredible set.
Yeah.
The thing is this, old or young talent, if the opportunity is there for the talent to progress, at least they'll progress, regardless of their age. Super Eagles has always been this is one of the Super Eagles sets whereby like we've had a little bit of consistency. If you check majority of the Super Eagles players before this era, most of them, that's why when I was arguing with him that day, he was telling me that Taribo is better than you. I'm like, Taribo played about 36, 30. Go and check that set. Most people always play 37, 40. You don't play more than 50 games. This is one of the Super Eagles sets whereby people are playing, like, Iwobi has 83 games. Like, people are playing 50, 60 games. The Super Eagles is kind of a short span cycle. We all know that. So, regardless of your age, if the opportunity is there for you to progress through the right youth levels, you progress and you get there, you use your time. Onazi was on that team in 2009. Abi? Onazi was on that team. Omero was on that team. Omero, one of my favorite defenders of all time. They did their part and they left. So let there be the part. That's my own. The part towards getting there. Forget their age. Forget their age. Let the part be there. The problem is this, and let me tell you why I'm not concerned about people's ages. It's not, apart from the fact that I can't prove people's ages. Number two thing is that in Africa, we are at a disadvantage in terms of equipment, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of... So, the opportunities being afforded to people at a very, very young age, like by 11, 12, you should already know if you are going to be a professional footballer in most European climes. You understand? By 11, 12, you should know. In Nigeria, you may not know until you are like 15. You may not know.
I've months in their 30s still going to training every day.
You may not know
that,
okay, that like people may be telling you when you are playing sets. You understand? Oh, you are good, you are good. Maybe when you are like 17. Okay, they say, how old are you? 17? Okay, stay like 2 years, then go and try out for under 17. Maybe when you're like 22, your bone is not as strong. They take it to under 17, one might buy them. So we understand the schematics of the country. We have to accept it. And we have to move forward with it. We have to move forward. My own is that, like, let us make sure that, I keep telling people that, like, when I was growing up, obviously, when I was growing up, we had several places whereby we play football in the area. We are not even talking about proper grassroots football. No. Like, we want to play sets.
On the streets.
We want to play sets. Like, we want to play sets in our area. Nowadays, all the places that they used to play sets in my area, they've built houses on it.
Yeah, actually.
That's just the simple truth. So you need to create these avenues for people to be able to go and express their talent. Now, if they're able to express their talent and you get to the age of 25, that is when people find you because you are in Nigeria. Unlike when you are like 14, 15, people get to see your talent when you're in Europe. Yes, when you are 25 in Nigeria, okay, we discovered you at 25. You can go and try out for under 17 then. At least you have the talent. You understand? And if you are not going to spend 3 or 4, normally people spend 10 years with the national team. if you are going to spend 6 years with the national team because you are discovered at 25 instead of 15, at least you had the opportunity. That is the point. Let there be the opportunity for you to actually showcase your talent. And if we do that, then the next generation of Super Eagles will actually benefit from it.
Today, Tosin has made some valid points. Namely that when you are 25 is the right age to transfer under 17. But what do you have to say about this?
Look, I see what Tosin is saying. I see what Tosin is saying in terms of like, yes, grassroots. And I do believe that, yes, that is the way forward. Now that we can no longer cheat as blatantly as we used to. Now that they are forcing us to use actual teenagers and comply with the rules, those rubbish FIFA out there, they ask us to take 17-year-olds to a 17-year-old tournament. Why? Why? What will happen to the 30-year-olds that we have prepared to play this tournament over the years? But yeah, like now that we actually have to play real life teenagers, this is the time to actually now lock into grassroots development. Like what Tosin said, yes, I agree. I agree with that. Like I said before, it's not like we had any conscious effort towards developing grassroots. It has just always been different efforts of different people. And also, like what Tosin said, in terms of like, you know, there were lots of places to play football. Like as a child, it was not even, you didn't even have to look. You were spoiled for choice. All you needed was a ball and stones to set posts or tire. Like that's you spoiled for choice. If you want to play at a much bigger level, there are still places you can go to and go out. But now all of that, like Tosin, all of that doesn't exist. The people are building on all of those lands, and children are not even as outside as they used to be anymore. Children are indoors now. You know, the real children. So the ones that you see outside. But at the end of the day, look, that's just what it is. Like we have to make more conscious effort to develop the actual teenagers, and I will give credit to the people that are already doing that. Look at what Remo Stars is doing with their academy Beyond Limits. Those are actual kids. Those are actual children. This guy, Marobo Arieri, that guy is going to be the best striker in Nigeria at some point. You can already see it now. You can already see it from last year. You can already see it from what he's doing right now. You can already see what Remo Stars were able to do at the Viareggio Cup. Because it's this conscious level. Not how much is this to play in the Viareggio Cup? You pay 100,000 to register. 100,000 naira. It's euros, or it's in Italy. So like that's how much to register there. You think about how much you used to fly the players there. But you know, they do that because, you know, first of all, the owners, that's their business model. It's a case of, okay, these players will get there, they're actually good, they will show themselves, they will get signed. And it worked. Lots of them, you know, have scattered around Europe. Ebenezer Akesomiro, you know, signed for Inter Milan. Players signing in Norway. Chelsea even had one of them over for trials. So like clubs like that are making intentional efforts. Maybe it's motivated by money, maybe it's motivated by whatever it is, it will give results. Because the Nigerian under-17 team can now call those players. The Nigerian under-20 team can now call those players. And they can actually compete, because when you go to the Viareggio Cup, you are pretty much playing against the best teenagers in the world in anyway. So that's the kind of thing that we can do to improve our actual teenagers, now that we can no longer just carry an element to this tournament, which in my opinion, I'm not even blaming them for doing it, because if you tell me your options to win this tournament are A, spend a lot of money and develop teenagers and hope that they compete, or just take these old men and go and beat the hell out of these teenagers. My brother, give me the 5 for that 17 World Cup that I won. Just bring. Nobody cares that David De Gea was facing shots that is older than him. Like, just bring those old men. And that's what we did. Won the under-17 5 times. But and there's a reason we have only qualified for one out of the last 4 under-17 tournaments. And even that one, we got knocked out round of 16. So it is what it is. I hope that we can figure it out. I know we won't, but I hope that we can eventually.
It is an auspicious day indeed, because Tunde and Tosin have agreed that an upgrade to grassroots soccer is the answer, the solution to this decline in Nigeria's age-grade football. Do you guys agree with this, or do you have other solutions in mind? Let us know about them in the comments below. I am Jimmy Anishilewo, and this is Crossfire, brought to you as usual by Live Score Bets.